Good evening and welcome to this week in review. Tonight's stories include another Who Wants to Win $50, Red Cross Basic Guidelines for Frostbite and Hypothermia, Visit to the New School. These stories plus community events, the BBS Playbill, Off the Rack and more coming up after this.
Icebergs drift south. Humpbacks migrate to the north. This is the place where their paths cross. They say you can't see the icebergs for whales. Imagine that.
The Help Committee has planned another Who Wants to Win $50 for early in March. As part of the Violence Awareness Week, the Help Committee decided that this was a great opportunity for another Who Wants to Win $50. It will be taped at the BBS studio on Monday, March the 3rd at 7 p.m. and shown on Community Channel 10. Constable Ron Caldwell will be hosting the show. All of the questions will be relating to violent awareness issues. It is open to any high school student and any adult who may be interested. To register, please call Ada Vatcher at 886-2294. If you are planning to register, please make arrangements for a phone-a-friend before you call to register. The Help Committee encourages the adults in our community to get involved. Not only is this fun, but you could win $50. Over the next couple of weeks, BBS will be airing some videos on violence as part of Violence Awareness Week. The Canadian Red Cross has sent some basic guidelines for frostbite and hypothermia prevention. Winter is here with its high winds and cold temperatures. Plan your activities according to weather conditions. Avoid going outdoors during the coldest times of the day and wear suitable clothing. Dress in layers with warm clothing that won't absorb humidity. Protect the more vulnerable parts of your body from frostbite, like your fingers, nose, ears, and toes. You can lose a lot of body heat through your head, so wear a toque or hat. Drink hot liquids to warm you up. Avoid beverages containing caffeine or alcohol, since they can hinder the production of body heat. Stop indoors frequently to warm up. Stay tuned for more of This Week in Review coming up after this.
In a scene from prehistory, still fjords run deep, hemmed in by giant granite walls, carved by volcanoes, tectonic upheaval, 20 times as old as the Rockies. Our park. Imagine that.
The Newfoundland and Labrador Federation of Municipalities are encouraging the town of Burgeo to help the residents of Badger. The town of Burgeo received a letter from the Newfoundland and Labrador Federation of Municipalities to encourage the town and our residents to make donations to the residents of Badger. One way for you to make a donation is to call the Red Cross at their toll-free number 1-800-418-1111, or you can visit their website at www.redcross.ca. Arrangements are also in place for donations to be accepted at Foodland and the Scotia Bank. The NLFM urges all communities and their members to join this cause and help out the citizens of Badger that are in true need right now. The Canadian Red Cross extends its heartfelt thanks to everyone who has donated to the appeal so far. On Wednesday of this week, we went to the new school to see how things were progressing on the inside. Before we went inside, we noticed that the workers were almost finished with making the roof watertight. The final roofing shingles won't be put on until spring. Project manager Todd Penny took us on a tour. The last time we were inside, the partitions were up, and that's about all. The insulation has been done, and now most of the gyprock is up, and you can see where everything is located. The electricians are busy wiring the place. These silver pipes that you see on the ceiling is the wiring. Todd told us the electrical part of the project is on schedule. The building is being heated by these large portable furnaces. It was nice and warm inside. We started our tour in the gym. Here's how things look now. I don't think the gym have changed much except for the stage part, right? That wasn't done last time we were here. That's the area for canteen. It's the stage. Stage area. Those holes you see on the stage, that's for chairs, like we have now. Now we're here to the left, you see two doorways. One is for storage and the other one is leading up to the stage. Over. Yep. And that was the hole up there with the light on. I forget what you told me now.
That's access doors to mechanical room.
Mechanical room, that's right. Yeah. Okay. And there's a storage room, exit door, change room where the light is on, and the gym teacher's office. And then that's the main door over there. Dark down this way because the main entrance obviously fired up because of winter. This is the BBS part. Those two doors you see there. This one is, I think it's going to be an office. And this is the BBS part. This is the playback room. And this is the program director's office. And this is studio, our big studio. And over there's doorway and windows, you see that's to the same room. So we got quite a big studio. Unusual shape. Is the Learning Resource Center. Yeah. And we're having a sloped roof in this, sloped ceiling. Yeah. In the general area of that pipe that's going up the wall there to just above the window. So this is an unusual shaped room as well. And right through here is, well, you can't see it because it's dark, but that's where the main water line is, and the sprinkler system, right?
Yeah, that's where sprinkler entry is.
Yeah. And through here is fabrication room, right?
Design plan.
Design plan. Okay. Design plan. That's where the computers are going to be. In here. And beyond those, I'm assuming that's going to be glass there, right?
That'll be all glass.
Yeah. That, and then on the other side is going to be what we call industrial arts, or
Fabrication.
fabrication room. There we go. Yeah.
Harvey comes to the room.
And Harvey comes to the room.
Yeah.
Harvey's going to be the interior decorator, right, Harvey?
Interior.
Specialty mason there at work.
Yeah. But who's there? It's a professional mason.
And we'll go
Back out to the corridor.
Yeah, oh, so yeah.
Going through.
Yeah. Back through the corridor, and we're into the multi-purpose room.
Multi-purpose room, yes.
That's it, multi-purpose room. With kitchen. Kitchen met this way with folding door, I'll call it.
Operable wall, operable partition.
Operable.
Transfer system.
What did you just say? folds up and fits in there. Around this corner leads you to the back of the stage, and there's going to be
Wheelchair lift there
yeah,
as well.
like that. I can see this working out for the elementary school concerts. Kids will be in here and now we're right. We see the 2x4s and things there. That's for the elevator, and then there's the stairs to the first floor. And I think that's, I can't remember what that is, but we'll come back to that one. Up on this side is, oh, here we are in the library. And librarian's office, right?
Yeah, it's library's office.
Yeah. And over this side,
There'll be a librarian's desk here.
yeah, librarian's desk. And that's where the petition is up, just to give it a defined area.
Yeah.
Okay, and there'll be a drop off behind this wall for book drop off. Right there. Yeah. Of course, over there with the two big windows on the desk, the reading area. It's a nice bright spot. And all that banging you ears. Now that's the guys working on the ceiling. Not the ceiling, but the roof. You see that's the ductwork, right? That's the ductwork there.
Yep.
Yeah, ductwork and some electrical, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, all the conduit electric.
Yeah. So that part of it's coming along well?
Very well.
Yeah.
We are on schedule.
Good. On schedule.
There we go. We get 2 washrooms right across the border from the
Okay, this is
library.
a
This is the janitor's room.
janitor's room, storage room. And 2 washrooms
Male and
right here.
female washrooms here.
Yeah, right here. And that's the stairs going up to the second,
3rd floor.
yeah, right on. Where the high school part, right? And this is the resort,
Resort.
family resort center area. And they have their own,
They also have a washroom and a little closet there.
yeah,
There'll
closet.
be a small kitchenette on that wall.
And a small kitchenette over there where that tank is in that area. Another nice bright area, well lit, sunny. Okay, where should we go next?
This is book storage room.
Neil something, yeah. Storage room, both of them. Book storage room
Book storage room and a building storage room.
and a building storage room, yeah.
The elevator's machine room will also be
I'll be in there, yeah.
inside of it.
Okay,
And the elevator right here.
yeah. And there's our steps, which we have to be very careful to main level. Main door right there. Right there, yeah, challenging needs. Another unusual shaped room.
It's got a washroom in there and another kitchenette as well.
Okay. And we're standing, right here is the main office, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Looking through this. There's 2 offices back
The
there?
principal's is the one on the right and the vice principal on the left.
Okay, perfect. So none of this was done last time we were here. And there's steps going up. We're going down this way now. This is going to be a display case or trophy case or whatever. And we get more people. Hi. And that's the teacher's lounge in there, right? Yep. Washroom and washroom. That was good anyway. And in here we got washrooms on right and left, and right up through is the guidance counselor's
Guidance
area.
counselor space in there.
Yeah, there's a waiting area, right?
Yeah, the waiting room
Is right here, straight, and the guidance counselor's is to the right. And washroom?
Washroom on each side. Okay.
Yep.
And 2 more washrooms across the hall. Staff washroom.
Yeah, okay, 2 washrooms there. This
Classroom.
classroom. Yeah,
There's the elementary section there.
yeah. All the jip brackets up. Ceiling. Some of the wiring. All the wires is inside those silver pipes.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. And there's going to be a suspended ceiling, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Suspended T.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice big wide corridor.
Yes, it is. There's going to be lockers in the corridors?
There's lockers in
Yeah. Yeah. This is kindergarten. And kindergartens are going to be very fortunate because they're going to have their own washrooms. And back in that area where
The ceiling drops down, there's
yeah.
going to be a little kitchenette as well.
kitchenette. And we do believe along this wall, we're not sure, but along this wall there's going to be coat hangers in place for their boots.
Yeah. And over in that corner of the floor is heated as well, so they can sit on the floor.
Okay, all right. Nice big bright window, and this is going to be a washroom, and that is going to be shared with the next classroom, which is the grade 1 classroom, right? And I believe they're going to have a kitchen.
They're going to have a little kitchenette as well.
Yeah.
Just a sink and some cabinets, probably a microwave or something.
Okay, yeah. What a nice bright classroom. Sunny and bright. Of course, now most of the classrooms also use this storage area. Here's the main corridor again. And then there's
This is special education.
special education, yeah, okay. In there.
There's 2 in the building.
And of course, that's a grade 1. And this is not. This is
There's 2 more elementary
classrooms,
classrooms.
yeah. Nice bright ones too. Yeah. So they're not going. They wouldn't have access. Yeah. Will they have access to kitchens too, or?
This one has a kitchenette, but the
Okay.
other one doesn't.
Okay. Yeah. Of course, this is the end of the line right here. I'm assuming that's going to be emergency door
That's
there.
another exit there.
Yeah. Right on. So that's your first floor. We'll go back to the corridor now and go up on the. This is the 3rd floor we're going on. There's the stairs going up to the 3rd floor, the high school section part. Of course, you're not going to be able to see this. This is a bit dark right in the center. That's where the elevator is. Right here. The janitor's room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
2 washrooms.
right on, 2 washrooms, that's it. But the interesting part is the, I'll say equipment room, but that's not what it's called. Mechanical room. There you go. Where all the,
2 ventilation units here for the building.
this is the heart of the building, I guess you could call it, is it?
It's what keeps all the air fresh anyway.
Yeah, okay. So the heart of the building will be over the door.
Yeah. This is a small heart. You know,
Okay, this must be the lungs. This must be the lungs.
heart of one of them.
Yeah.
Most of this classroom.
Mostly classrooms, yeah. Yeah, all those you see sticking out there, that's going to be where lockers is going to be. There's a classroom in there. Right? And, but this, yeah, this wasn't done last time we were here. We could only come as far as, I don't even think that this wall was actually there. So it's nice and bright. The difference a window makes. And this is a classroom. Yep. Those are classrooms.
Classroom on your right and special education.
Special education, okay, yeah. Yep. Again, the void, aren't they? The corridors. Yeah. Another classroom?
Yeah.
Another classroom. All down, jip racks down except for the ceilings. Same thing, classroom. Yep. This is a classroom as well.
ceilings in here will also have that sound barrier with gyprock.
Okay.
And also a suspended tile
Okay.
underneath that.
Same as down on the first
Same
floor.
as on the second floor, actually.
Main floor.
All these
Where
rooms,
the offices are. The what?
all these rooms are sprinkled.
Okay, yeah. And this is the science lab. Yeah. Nice big area too. Yeah. Cabinets and
There'll be cabinets, acid storage cabinets on this wall and fume hood.
on the black wall, right? Yeah.
And on the back wall will just be regular cabinets with some sinks back there.
Okay, yeah. Very big spot.
There'll also be workbenches in this room.
Yeah.
Like student benches.
Yeah.
And a big instructor's desk up front.
And that's just emergency exit right here.
Yep.
Yep.
The outside.
Yeah, to the outside. Yeah. So there you go.
That's everything.
There's a look at the top and bottom of the new school. Oh, this time you can see more defined where the areas are going to be. It's coming along just fine. The ductwork is being put in up here as well. And of course, Todd just told us that the electrical is on time. On Friday of this week, our MH head Calvin Parsons was in town, and he dropped by our studio for a chat. Today with us we have in our studio our MH head Calvin Parsons, and welcome once again, Mr. Parsons.
Good to be here again.
Yeah,
Bit warmer this week.
Little tiny bit, yeah. So what brings you to town? On Wednesday we had some rumors that you were coming in town to make some sort of announcement about the fish plant, or it was something concerning the fish plant.
I don't know honestly where these rumors get started, but nothing could be further from the truth. I wish we did have some kind of announcement to make on the plant. As you know, we've been 4 years turning over every rock that we could possibly turn over in terms of proposals. This is another continuation. There were some ideas on the table that were put forward by the BDDB. They asked us to come in and discuss them with some information, along with Bill Matthews and some officials from industry, trade, and the Provincial Department of Fisheries, as well as DFO. So we were basically fleshing out some other ideas that they had, and the BDDB will take it from there
Okay.
and see if there's any legs to this thing or not. But there's certainly nothing of hard and fast. There could be any 20 proposals on the table at one time. We look at everything from getting fish from foreigners to getting fish from wherever to all kinds of species of fish. And this is basically a fact-finding mission in pursuit of another possibility, but certainly nothing of substance at this point whatsoever.
So basically your visit to town was exactly what it was. It was a clinic.
It was a clinic. We've been trying to do these things every month or every second month for sure, and we were down in January and did one on the 9th. And my executive assistant, Joanne Clark, came down again, and we had a clinic this morning. We also had meetings last night with the BDDB, who have a number of issues on the go that they're always promoting. So we always, whenever we come into town, we try to get it together with as many groups as we can. We met this morning with the fire chief as well, Glenn Hand, and of course we always touch base with the town council. And we'd hoped to see the mayor, but I understand he's not well. He's in Clarendon with some medical problems, and I wish him all the best, and hope that the next time I get back that he's back and that he's back in good shape. But it's standard visit for us, and so happened that I guess Bill Matthews was coming to town at the same time, so people probably read more into it than they ought to.
Yeah. Now others believe that it was something to do with the hockey rink and that proposal that they have received. So what's up with that? Where is that?
That's ongoing. Glenn Dominey is heading up the recreational committee right now. The proposal came to us from the town. As you know, we had Minister Langdon and Bill Matthews in town back in December month and fleshed it out. It's gone to the point now where we're down to the budget crunch, and we're hoping that we're going to be lucky enough to get it into this year's budget. And as I've indicated to Glenn and to the BDDB and to councillors, that if we're lucky enough to be able to get it, you will know I'm coming to town, and you will know I'm coming with an announcement, because we'll be coming with bells on to do that. And we should have an answer on that, by the way, fairly soon, because the budget, I believe, is going to be announced by Minister Joan Marie Aylward in the last week of March. So we're getting down to the final crunch. There's only 2 or 3, 4 at max of these recreational type facilities that get done in the province in any one year. So we're certainly down to the short strokes on whether we're going to be the one who gets it or not.
Okay.
And we'll certainly know within the next short while, because they had to know in order to get the budget finalized. And we're very optimistic at this point. Minister Langdon was very positive when he was here in December, and we've had nothing to indicate that this thing has gone off the rails in any manner whatsoever. So I'm certainly optimistic, and like I say, I hope we do come down with some bells on in the very near future again.
Now, the last time we were here, you talked about a proposal for more cell phone coverage on the Burgee Road. Now, where is that? Is that
Dave McDonald at the
Yeah.
BDDB gave me the technical information.
Yeah.
Dave is far more better versed at the technologies than I am, and he gave me the technical information, which I relayed on to Frank Fagan, who's the president of Alliant.
Okay,
And that's
yeah.
who Newtel comes under, and that's who this would have to be done. So I relayed the information to them after I left here in January, and I haven't had any response from them yet. But I know Alliant have been very busy because they've had some severe problems recently with X-Wave, which is another company of theirs that they're
Okay.
trying to sell. So I can understand why Mr. Fagan hasn't given this issue his attention, because I know that's been a big item in the media
Yeah.
and in their boardrooms for the last month or so. But we haven't heard from them yet,
Okay.
so we'll be following up on that proposal as well.
Now, I have no idea if this is, I do know you're aware of it because Greg was telling us you're aware of it, but during his last interview, Greg was saying that Department of Fisheries took a second look at their blanket policy concerning issuing processing license for underutilized species. And I do know that you do know some about it.
Yes.
Now, have you heard anything through the grapevine concerning that? Because you know that if Burgee is successful in getting that, that means more employment for us.
Yes.
And the sea urchin stays in this community to be processed. So have you heard anything through the grapevine on that part?
Yeah, the BDDB, just to give some people background, the BDDB had made a proposal a couple of years ago now,
Yes.
actually, for sea urchins. And it had gotten down to the point where the amount of dollars that were needed were fleshed out. The proposal
Yep.
ideas were fleshed out. And it came down to ACOA having to make a decision. Now, ACOA, of course, is a federal body that would give the money if the proposal is acceptable. But ACOA had to go to other government agencies to see if they had any difficulty with the proposal. DFO, again federal, indicated to ACOA that they were not prepared to put any money into primary processing, and they considered sea urchins to be primary processing, and therefore ACOA, based on that recommendation from DFO, were not prepared to put any money in.
Mm.
They've since gone back now. We went back after our meetings here recently and asked ACOA, look, is this file dead, or is there any way we can keep this open, and what do we have to do to get this evaluation that was done by DFO changed? Because we think sea urchins are more in secondary and underutilized species area than we are into primary processing, like codfish or something. So anyway, they agreed to have a second look at it, and we're still waiting for the evaluation from DFO.
Okay.
So ACOA has opened the file again. That's the positive news. They haven't
Yeah.
closed the file or kept it closed. They've opened it. And we're still waiting now for the DFO people to come back and say whether or not the sea urchin proposal falls under primary, or whether they're prepared to consider it under underutilized species. Given the developments regarding the possible closure of the Gulf fishery stocks, I think that's why DFO are going to look at this thing more positively.
Okay.
Because if we had a continuing fishery in 3PS and so on and in the Gulf stocks, they might leave their opinion to be the same. But they know come March we could have a very catastrophic announcement on that fishery. And I think because there may be some negativity coming there, they're probably
Trying to
getting more
get-
positive somewhere else to
Okay.
see if there's anything they can do in the underutilized.
Okay.
But so that's where it is right now.
Okay,
And they're
so
still
still
waiting
in
to
that-
finish off their evaluation.
So basically, it's still in the hands of DFO.
DFO, yes.
We know there's going to be an election coming up, real soon, and we've just had a cabinet shuffle, and there's new ministers in different areas. What does that do to things like our proposals and this there, like elections coming up? Obviously, that's going to be put on hold. Will that have anything, will that slow down the process any?
No. The election, as the Premier's indicated, there's 2 windows of opportunity for an election. He won't go in the winter, he said.
Yeah.
And obviously he won't go in the summer when school is closed
That's
and
right.
everybody's traveling and having vacations. So the window would either be in the period between May and first part of June, or else you're looking at September, October. I don't know because he makes the final call, of course,
Yes.
as to when it is, but if I were to guess, I would guess that it will be in the fall as opposed to in the spring. In terms of proposals, there's no impact on the proposals. For example, if we have an outdoor rink proposal on the table, like we do,
Yes.
and the cover for the outdoor rink, if that is committed to in the budget, that commitment is made.
Okay.
Once it's made, those dollars are
That's
budgeted
it.
to do that.
Okay.
And that commitment then is hard and fast.
Okay. And like if the proposal hadn't been, what I was trying to get at was that where we've had a cabinet shuffle and some of the people involved are new, and it's going to take them a while to get into their positions and find out what's what and who's who and what's on the go. Like the proposal, like say for the cell phone coverage, for example, we know that's with Alliant Telecom, but the person who's in charge of looking after that, would that have anything to do?
No.
It doesn't
because-
slow down at
no,
all?
not at all, because
Okay.
well, the only proposal, the major proposal we have on the go is for the arena.
Yes.
Which is in municipal affairs, which
Yep.
is Oliver Langdon,
Yes.
who did not
It
change.
didn't change.
So nothing
Okay.
has changed there. The Alliant thing, that's outside of government.
Okay.
We've approached Alliant. They are a private industry person.
Okay.
They're not government. They are a privately operated company or publicly traded, but they're not associated
Okay.
with government at all. So we will be pursuing that. Cabinet shuffles don't impact
Doesn't
upon what
matter.
we do with Alliant whatsoever.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
an Alliant decision. If they decide to put cell phone coverage, they will have made a decision in their budgets that they're prepared to invest the monies to provide the cell phone coverage. And
Okay.
it got nothing to do with
Nothing
government.
whatsoever.
They're totally, absolutely separate.
Well, obviously the sea urchin one is separate as well, even though we do now have a new Minister of Fisheries.
Yes.
And but this is in DFO and so it
No
would
impact because
None.
the
Okay.
the proposal on the sea urchins, both of them, from the COA
Yeah.
perspective or DFO, are both federal.
Okay.
So whatever happened provincially on a cabinet shuffle or an election got nothing
Nothing to do with
with
that.
that issue either.
well, that's certainly good news. Anything else you'd like to add?
Nope, just like to say, it's good to be here again. I'm glad I wasn't there during your cold snap. I understand you set records last week with
Yeah,
the
it was
cold
cold.
temperatures. But again, I urge anybody, if we're coming to town and they want to meet on anything, by all means give us a call, because some people have private personal issues that they're not comfortable discussing on a phone, or they'd like to talk to me privately about it. By all means, let us know whenever we're coming down for these clinics. That's what it's all about. And if they have any issues whatsoever, call. That's the
Yeah.
purpose of the service, and that's why we got staff there to do it. And I must say, since we started in '99, that was my commitment, was to be accessible and to get phone calls answered and so on. And I haven't heard anything about phone calls never being returned or not being returned. In fact, I think we got a pretty good
You do.
relationship and record established for that. And I think people now throughout the district have a comfort level with the staff, Joanne and Carol,
Yes.
because I've been so busy sometimes with the ministries that I haven't been there personally. And I must say, it seems like Joanne and Carol have established a real good working relationship and trust with the people. And no matter what the issues are, they feel comfortable calling them, because they know at the end of the day that I find out about it and I see it.
That's right.
And it gets done. So I'm very pleased to say that it's working good. But nothing beats the upfront, personal, face-to-face
Yeah, that's true.
dialogue that you get when you come to do a clinic. That's by far the best.
Well, we certainly thank you for taking time out and dropping by and speaking with us.
No problem.
Even though you didn't have any news on the plant.
Anytime. And as I say, if we get any news on anything,
Yeah.
I'm here with the bells on.
Right on. Thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Stay with us for Off the Rack, the community events, and the BBS Playbill, all after this.
Houses of yellow, lime, aqua, and blue. And the world's most friendly folk. As proud to show their true colors as the street they call Jelly Bean Row. Imagine that.
Off the Rack. This week, as we scanned our tape rack, we came across a tape of scenes of Burgeo back in 1991. How many changes can you spot?
Good evening. Welcome to the community event segment of tonight's broadcast. I'm Rebecca Young. There were 3 winners of the Lions TV Bingo: Teresa Billard, Ryan Caldwell, and Annie Domney. Congratulations to you all. The next scheduled TV Bingo will be hosted by the Sea Cadets on Wednesday, February 26th at 7 p.m. Cards are $1 each, or $6 for $5, and are available from any member of the Sea Cadets, and are in most stores around town. Please support the Sea Cadets, and you could be the next $300 winner. The grad class will be having a cold plate takeout on Sunday, March 9, and costs $4 per plate. If you haven't already ordered, please contact Brock at 2126, Cora at 2709, Jennifer at 2527, or Dana at 2952 before February 27th. The Sand and Sea Committee are selling tickets on a painting by Betty Buckland Kosser. The painting was donated by the Buckland and Kosser families. The frame was donated by Brian Dix. Tickets cost $1 each, or 3 for $2, and are in most stores around town, and available from any Sand and Sea Committee member. The Anglican Church Vestry will be having a pancake brunch on Sunday, March 2nd, in the parish hall following the morning service. It costs $3.50 for adults and $2.50 for children under age 10. You may choose from pancakes, bologna, toast, tea, coffee, milk, or juice. Come along and bring your family. If your group or organization has an upcoming event planned, we will be happy to advertise it for you. Just call the BBS office by Wednesday of each week to have items included in this portion of our broadcast. That concludes the community event segment of tonight's broadcast. See you next week.
BBS Playbill. Tune in on Tuesday for a rebroadcast of Pansy's Garden. Try your luck on Wednesday by playing Sea Cadet TV Bingo. Join Pansy and the gang for 2 stories, a craft, and lots of fun on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on Pansy's Garden. And I'll be here again next week with This Week in Review. For This Week in Review, I'm Marie Rose. Good night and God bless.